Alright guys, this is Billy Davidson Pressure Wash Painting here in Hammond, Louisiana. But actually we are not in Louisiana today at all. But I'm going to show y'all start to finish how to, not really start to finish, but I'm going to show you the striping machine's about to come off the truck. I've had this video request several times. We'll see about how long it takes us to set a machine up. So y'all going to hear us communicating and all behind the scenes stuff. So we got Jacob and Chris here. We just unloaded the machine. And we're going to check the fuel level in the machine first. What we got there?
About half a tank.
That should be plenty. Let's unbag it. So since we transported it all the way from Louisiana, we had it bagged up. So what I'm doing now, I'm reaching down here, turning the fuel on, choking it, turning the switch on, making sure the pump's off. Jacob's over here laying out some tarp paper. And then Kristen, you got the gun with the tip out already. How much paint we got on board here?
About 40%.
Okay, that's gonna be good. And then it's freaking cold out here tonight. All right, we're gonna take the arm off. This we're gonna unlock the arm. See if I can get to where we at right here.
Untaping the block.
Jacob's gonna untape the block. We put a little tape on that block because that block keeps coming loose and
Wouldn't want to lose it coming all the way out here.
no, can't lose it. Anytime we take the gun off, we tape up the block. Man, getting out of that warm truck for an hour and then stepping out of this, I'm shaking. All right.
Got my layers on.
Okay, we got a piece of tarp paper getting stretched out there. We just need a little small piece. All right, we ready to start her up. This is fine. The paint viscosity is okay. I didn't look at that. All right, here we go. You got the gun in your hand.
Got it in my hand.
All right. Got another pool. All right, we up and running. Okay, more throttle it. I don't know how much y'all gonna be able to hear. We're just trying to do this quickly. All right. You trigger pull with the tip out. All right, trigger pull. Got some pressure here. You getting a flow?
Yep.
Keep it going for about another 15 seconds. Right now we're just purging the system of air. God, it's cold out here. I don't know, the temperature dropped about 10 or 15 degrees just coming up north here in Mississippi. All right, you getting a good flow? All right. Pump is going off. Go ahead and put your tip in and then mount it. Alright, so they already kind of know about where their the height of this speed is supposed to be because they do it all the time, every day. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of jobs each year. You almost kind of know where that tip needs to be, but there'll be some adjustments on it in a minute. Once he gets it locked in all the way, I always want to do this over tarp paper because you don't want an accident to happen out here in the middle of the night, an hour and a half away from home. Although we are always prepared for a spill, you don't want to have to deal with that unless we have to. Alright, so you got her locked in good and tight?
Locked in.
Okay, engage the pump for, go ahead and pressurize it. If you get a leak, turn it off. Alright, pump's engaged. Increase the pressure one turn. Okay, give it a tap. reverse the tip. may have a fog tip here. Get about 7 or 8 taps on it. Rapid fire. Okay, increase the pressure a little bit. I can just tell by hearing the pressure needs to go. Go ahead and reverse the tip back to the normal spray position. Is that the clean out? It's on.
I think it's still too thin.
Is that on pattern or
That's on a fan.
it's on fan? How wide is the fan tip?
About 2.5 inches.
Pick up the You think it's a little thin though?
Yeah, it's a little thin.
Okay, that's fine. I'm trying to get your pattern about right. Do a little strip of it. How's the fan pattern now? Looks like it's too narrow to me looking through this phone.
Roughly 3 or 4 inches wide.
Alright, you want to open up the other paint? Alright, so they think the paint's a little thin. And we're going to go ahead and increase the viscosity of it by adding fresh paint to it. If it wasn't for that, we would already be striping. So I'm going to let y'all stay with us for a few more minutes until we get this. But this is kind of what we do. Pull up on the parking lot, stripe, and try to get a fast start. And yeah, it's a big parking lot. You can't really see much out here at night, but and so again, this is a Titan 2800. It's 7, 8, 9. Let me see, 2011 is when I bought it. So it's golly, can't believe it's going on 9 years old, and I've had it rebuilt one time, the entire pump, lower unit, and all that stuff on it. That was, I don't remember, $700 or $800 a few years ago, and it's still a strong running machine. But you'll spray thousands and thousands and thousands of gallons out of that machine before you can even think about it being rebuilt. And at the time I had it rebuilt, it really wasn't ready to be rebuilt. It was just, I didn't need it for about 3 weeks. And I had some downtime on between jobs on the striping side of our business. So I just dropped off to Titan Rep, and I was like, how long would it take you to rebuild it? And he was like, 7 to 10 days, but getting the parts overnight. And I was like, just go ahead and do it. And that way I just knew the machine was great, at that point.
New yellow's open.
All right, so we got mixing about 20 or 30% of that. I mean, bring up the striper machine. You said 40's in there now. Bring it up to 70%. So we're going to add some paint to it. Yeah, it's cold out here. This paint is fine. With these temperatures, we'd have to get down to about 30 degrees before we'd have an issue. All right, once you get your paint in there, take the gun off, pull the tip out, and then circulate it. And then watch it. You are under pressure. Don't put your finger in front of the tip guard. Jacob, you done turn the pump off?
Tell me when.
Turn it off. First thing, you got the tip out.
Yeah.
Release it slowly. We're going to grate the back of it. Just kind of place a towel over it. All right, you got to release. Go ahead and turn the pump on. always turn that pump off before you handle the gun and release that pressure. You don't want that paint to be injected under your skin for sure. So this is kind of what you would be doing if you coming out on the job fresh, you know. But if you're going from job to job like we doing, you know, you usually you would just come out the truck and get it set up and do striping. But since we had to thicken the paint off, when we left the other job, I guess we thinned it out a little bit too much for the ride over. All right, what you got going on here?
Trigger stuck.
Loosen it up a little bit. The trigger got stuck, so it's a little too tight in the holder there. Try it again. Perfect.
As soon as I turn the pump on now, it's spraying.
Yep. You gotta reconfigure your trigger mechanism in the tip in the gun holder. Something's not right with it, just kind of loosen it all up and reset it in there, get it seated.
Look, that might be hitting on there instead of
So if you ever turn your pump on and the triggers automatically start spraying, you don't have it mounted correctly. Sometimes that'll happen if trash is behind the trigger mechanism as well. So usually that's not the case though. That's why you always want to use that tart paper. Still doing it? Here, hold my phone. Let me go ahead and get this done.
Alright. Alright, let me get this first. Alright, when you turn it on and spray it, yeah. Still doing it. Yeah. Don't be nice. Alright, so that tells me there's a little trash behind the trigger mechanism. I'm just gonna do it. Pump on or off? It's on. So that's what happens when you get a little trash behind the trigger mechanism. So we're going to just flush it through. You getting a good flow? Yeah. Alright, let on first. Drop the trigger. Alright, let off first. I'm going to let a little bit out. Alright, let's get our phone down. We'll take it back.
Drop the foam in the paint. That would be really sweet. All right, so we got we had a little clog behind that trigger mechanism. That was actually a good time to talk about that. Sometimes you get a little paint behind your trigger, which is rare. I wasn't expecting that to be the case. I thought it was the way the gun was seated in the machine. So the symptom was when we pulled the trigger, it wanted to keep spraying. That would be a disaster if that happened out here. So that's why we're doing it over tarp. So once I realized that the trigger probably had some trash behind it, we went ahead and take the tip out, dismount it from the machine, and then go back to your reservoir, pull the trigger, and let it cycle through maybe a half a gallon of paint. So hopefully this takes care of it. Okay, switch it back to fan.
It's on fan.
Okay, that's on fan. All right. How's your line width? So that solved the issue.
That's about 3 inches.
All right, you need to lift it up a little bit. This actually took a little bit longer than what it usually does. Two things went wrong, and this is a prime example, you know, so you got to be prepared. And it got to a point to where they didn't know what to do, so, you know, that's why I had to step in. So, you know, think about that if you watch this video. Remember what just happened to us. The paint was too thin, so that was the one little hiccup we had. And then the second hiccup was where we had a clog in the spray gun itself. So what Jacob knows already to do is to follow Chris with that tarp paper. If we've had an issue, we definitely going to be expecting another issue to pop up. So we hope not, but you always got to be prepared for it. I'm going to click on these headlights of this truck here. Maybe this will help y'all see a little bit. And then once we see how this go, I'm going to break away. And I got a few other things to move in the back. So now we line it up on a line. And we're going to check our line with the existing line that's already here on the tarp paper. It's close. I'm looking at this phone screen there. So there's the first line. Something don't sound right though. I'm listening at the tip.
That looks excellent.
It looks good. Bump it. Hey, check your tip guard and see if you got some old paint hanging off the tip guard, because I hear something funny on it. It's too dark for me to see it. I can hear the way that paint's squirting out of it. Something didn't sound right. Is the tip guard clean? Touch it with a rag or something. Sometimes the tip guard will get a little paint on it, and I can hear the way that sounds. The paint's being interrupted. The paint spray is. Is anything on it? It was clean. Touch it and feel it. All right. We're going to increase the pressure then, because that might be the second. You got the tarp paper. Where's it? Oh, put that towel under the spray tip, because I'm going to increase the pressure. I don't know what might happen if we got an issue going on. Okay. I'm feeling the pressure. All right, try the next line. I believe that's going to solve the issue. We just need to increase our PSI. These machines run about 3,000 PSI, but sometimes you don't need all that much. Yeah, sometimes just a good 2,200 to do it. So this is how we parking lots, right? Sometimes you get a slow start, but then you know you work out the kinks and then you're up and running pretty quick. That's much better. You can hear it already. So guys, that's it. That's our second line, and we're going to continue to do this until we're done. Machine's all calibrated and set up now, so they off to the races. So we got quite a bit to do out here. A bunch of directional arrows, and it's dark, and it's cold. So, and we out of state. So look, like always, y'all need my help personally. My phone number is 985-345-0778. Again, my name is Billy Davidson. I'm owner of Davidson Pressure Washer Painting. We'll talk soon.